Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This summer I have felt really connected to my makeup routine, more so than I have in several years. I've been traveling a lot this summer. My husband and I went on our honeymoon. We went to Spain and Portugal, and a little more than a week later, I had a family trip to Thailand. All the makeup that I've been using this summer has pretty much been living in this Rare Beauty makeup bag. I pretty much do my makeup every day just out of this bag, which is wild considering where I came from. Like, I had drawers and drawers full of makeup, but the makeup that I have in front of me, to me, I feel my most beautiful in. It's also consistently really natural. I never feel like with any of these products I'm ever risking going too heavy, which I feel like the past few times that I have worn heavier makeup, I've felt really uncomfortable. This summer, I just feel like I've been able to rediscover my personal makeup style. Let me teach you guys how I've been doing my everyday summer makeup routine. I do not skip my Supergoop Play SPF 50 Everyday Lotion. I wear this every single day because I'm so familiar with this product. There's been a couple of times where I've skipped this product or tried another SPF, and my makeup really suffers. It's really interesting how much the sunscreen plays a role in the longevity of my makeup. I just feel like everything sits so nicely onto it. It is a little bit tacky, so I feel like my makeup sticks really well. And I also notice that it helps really well with like even the appearance of creasing. Like, I will never look crusty. I like notice a significant difference when I do not have this SPF on my face. So not only is it like my everyday SPF, I also kind of view it as my makeup primer as well. I think that it makes such a difference with the way that my makeup applies and lasts throughout the day. For my complexion, I have been going between these three products all summer long. This is the About Face foundation in the shade LM2 Olive. I think that's like light medium to olive. I will sometimes wear this kind of as concealer. It gives me a little bit more of a natural look, even though that this is a foundation. It gives me a little bit more of a natural, like no makeup look almost when I'm wearing it just as concealer. I'll use my Urban Decay Stay Naked Quickie Concealer when I do want something a little bit more heavy. And then my Tower 28 is like my ideal everyday looking concealer. It's a little bit more natural looking than the Stay Naked from Urban Decay. Sometimes I will combine these. It is usually me using the About Face foundation as a regular foundation and then going in with one of these as a concealer if I want to wear a little bit more makeup, but I haven't really been doing that. Usually if I'm having just like more of a regular day, I will gravitate toward the About Face foundation or the Tower 28 concealer. I think for the sake of this video, I am going to go in with both. And what I do is just do a little bit of dots around my face. And then with my foundation brush, this is from Rare Beauty, I like to just press it into the skin. Like, I kind of do a little bit of buffing more toward the end, but in the beginning, I like to really press it all into the skin because this is a really good shade match. I feel like it blends out really quickly and nicely. And then I'll kind of blend it out, buff it in a little bit, making sure that everything looks good. But especially with me turning 29 this year, when I was younger, it was really about having a flawless face. And I definitely have experienced a huge switch in that. I almost want some of my blemishes and real skin to show through because I feel like it's honestly a sign of youthfulness when like you have a little bit of imperfections. I'm just going in with the Tower 28 underneath my eyes. I think that that will be enough for me. I love a sponge, and I especially love this really old sponge that I have from Urban Decay. I will never get rid of it, but they don't sell it. Traveling with a sponge is really difficult because I think that it gets really gross. It harbors a lot of bacteria. The sponge, I feel like when you're traveling, never has a chance to fully dry. Not a huge fan of traveling with a sponge, and I really love this brush. I feel like it makes applying the makeup so nice and easy. This obviously didn't make my skin look perfect, but I feel like with turning 29 this year, I have much more of an appreciation for my skin and just those little real blemishes and imperfections and texture. Being almost 30, I feel like has given me more of an appreciation overall for what is real. And I feel like I spent a lot of my youth trying to get perfect, flawless skin, either with skincare or with makeup. And I have really let go of a lot of that, and it is very liberating. For bronzer, I'm using the Rare Beauty Stick Bronzer in the shade Happy Soul. I kind of just go all around. What I've been doing with my jawline lately is I feel like I used to put the bronzer up really high, but now I've been doing it really low. I don't want anybody watching this routine to feel like they need to buy any of the makeup that I'm using to achieve this look. For the most part, I'll let you know if I feel differently. For the most part, I feel like all of these products are replaceable. And I think that is just my big takeaway from having the excessive amount of makeup that I did. I was just constantly chasing a product that didn't exist. And that is the point, I think. For the time period that we are living in right now, you can go into any store that sells makeup and pretty much buy a quality product. Like, makeup has come such a long way. There are so many good quality makeup products out there. We have what feels like unlimited options, but truly the perfect product does not exist. And the chase to achieve that is never worth it. That is why I feel like all of the items that I'm using are replaceable. Like this Rare Beauty bronzer, it's pretty. There's probably 15 other bronzers that do this exact thing. And the chase for the perfect cream bronzer is just not worth it. For my cheeks, I rediscovered my love for Benetint this summer. Before I went on our honeymoon, I stopped at Sephora and I got this little mini Benetint. It was like a 100-point perk, and I brought it to Europe and I loved it. I just forgot how awesome of a product this was. I love that there was no creaminess to it. It's truly like a tint, and it looks amazing on makeup or on bare skin. And sometimes with stains like this, if you were to put it on your bare skin, it doesn't always last as long as if there was makeup underneath of it. But Benetint never let me down. It was on all day. But when I came back home from Europe, I learned that Benefit came out with a few new colors of their Benetint, and this is the dark cherry shade. I do feel like this shade is a little bit more finicky than the original Benetint. I can put the original Benetint on my cheeks, like on both cheeks, and blend it out at the same time. I have to do one cheek at a time with this, but it's so pretty. I love it. I feel like it's like my perfect summer shade. I feel like I can bring it into the winter as well. I know that I just got done talking about how like all of these makeup products are replaceable. I do actually see myself repurchasing this whenever I run out of it. I do also put this on my lips, but I am going to wait until the end to do that. For my brows, I've actually been doing them myself, like waxing them myself, and I do just kind of fill them in a little bit where I need. Sometimes I skip filling in my brows completely and just go straight to clear brow gel, and I've been really accepting of the way that that looks. For a lot of years of my life, I would have like never ever considered doing my makeup and leaving off my brows, but yeah, sometimes I definitely do. I'll just do a little bit. It's okay if there's some gaps still. Like I said earlier, I feel like I have a deeper appreciation for just kind of like the realness of my face. And for brow gel, I just use this clear one from Rare Beauty. This one is a favorite brow gel of mine, but again, it's replaceable. There are a million brow gels out there. I also really like this one from Maybelline, the Super Lock, but I definitely use the Rare Beauty one more often. I've always kind of done this with my eyes, but sometimes I'll take a little bit of my bronzer or whatever's left over on my bronzer brush and just kind of run it through my eye socket just to give like a little bit of color, a little bit of definition. This summer I haven't been wearing that much eyeshadow. However, what I do like to do sometimes, this isn't really what I would do like every day, but if I want to like give myself a little bit of something, I take a little bit of this light matte shade on a pencil brush and pop it in the inner corner. A little bit of this like white matte shade in the very inner corner. I feel like definitely wakens up the eye look. Oh, I almost was going to forget powder, which sometimes I do skip powder. I feel like with the Supergoop SPF, My makeup still lasts, but I will get, you know, significantly oilier. The powder that I've been using for the last several months, I got really into it around the time of my wedding. It is the Kosas Loose Powder. That packaging though is ginormous. It is so big, and to travel with it would be the worst. So what I actually did was I decanted an old e.l.f. powder. I took out all of the powder from there and poured the Kosas powder in this packaging so I could use the Kosas powder while traveling and it not take up so much room. This one that I'm using is the yellow one, and I do think that I will actually be repurchasing these if I ever run out. The containers are genuinely huge, but for now I do really like this powder. Like I said though, powder's replaceable, like just use whatever you have. One way that I have been doing my powder differently though is I spend a lot more time blending it into the skin, whereas I used to kind of do like less swiping because I wanted the powder to sit on my skin more. I felt like, you know, the more powder that was in one area, the more likely it'll be that it'll like soak up more oil or make my makeup last longer. But honestly, I feel like I've been getting the most natural, best results when I take a lot of time to really blend the powder into my skin. So that is how I've been doing my powder lately. I'm gonna go in with like the smallest amount more of the blush. A little bit goes a long way with this blush, and like I said, you have to be really quick with blending it out. Yeah, it is one of my faves. Before I do mascara, I like to set my skin. I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter. Urban Decay recently cut ties with their relationship with Scandinavia, which if you didn't know, Scandinavia actually formulated the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. So I think I will be purchasing setting spray from Scandinavia after I run out with my Urban Decay, but I probably will continue to use this Urban Decay bottle. It's just the perfect bottle to travel with, and I just refill it. I still travel with my Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the shade Ballerina. If I'm feeling like a little bit more, or like I want a little bit of sparkle or just something fun, I will put this on my eyes. I love it. Me and this product go way back, but most of the time I just wear mascara. I will always curl my lashes and then go in with the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara in Drift. And I have fully converted to brown mascara. I feel like black mascara looks so harsh on my eyes, but I feel like brown mascara hasn't existed like this until recently, and I need to clean that up. But brands never got brown mascara right. It used to always be so red, but there are more brown mascara options now that are a little bit more cool toned, and I feel like that works way better. But like, I literally wore this mascara on my wedding day. Like, that's a testament. The two lip liners that I have floating around are from MAC Cosmetics. It is Spice and Soar. Truly replaceable lip liners. I will just grab whichever one I see first. I do think I like Spice more though, so I'm just gonna go with Spice, but nothing really changed here. I still line my lips the same. Lately I've been kind of going over the Cupid's bow a little bit, like not defining it. The Addison Rae effect. Oh shoot, well honestly, let's actually start over, because I usually go in with a little bit of lip stain first. Sometimes the lip stain has days where it's like not the best, but I still will do it because it does last quite long as a stain. But like ideally, I would want this to be a little bit more muted down, and it does eventually get there. What I usually do is just leave my lips like this, and then when I'm out, I have a couple of lip products in my bag that I'll just, you know, reach for. One of the lip glosses I'm liking right now is the Super Goop Glow Gloss. It has an SPF of 40, and I usually don't like SPF lip products, but this one is actually really nice, and I do feel like it hydrates my lips a lot. I've always felt like SPF lip products dry out my lips so much, but That one is quite nice. This is the completed makeup look. You are just gonna have to take my word for it, but this makeup truly gets better with wear. Like, it looks good now, but I know that I'm going to look in the mirror in a few hours and be like, wow, this looks nice. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really liked that I was able to talk a little bit about some things that have been on my mind relating to makeup and beauty, and I feel like there are so many other things that I would love to continue discussing. So I do have some beauty related videos kind of floating around in my mind. One that I would really love to film is products that I will be repurchasing, like those products in my collection where I feel like that chase is over for me. I have no desire in like acquiring and experiencing other products in this category because the one that I'm currently using, it just works for me so well. I feel like that is the ultimate goal for me, is to be able to narrow down the products in my makeup routine to one product that I use over and over again until I run out and I repurchase that same product. Let me know if there are any beauty related videos that you guys want to see from me or discussions that you want to have, because I feel like the way that I've gotten with makeup has definitely influenced other areas of my life, like my skincare, my hair care, clothing even, and I feel like there are a lot of discussions and a lot of conversations that I think need to be had more surrounding all of this. But yeah, that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so, and hopefully I will see you next time.